Doom: The Dark Ages is the sixth main entry in the popular first-person shooter series. This game takes us back in time to explore the origins of the Doom Slayer. New weapons, such as a unique shield, are introduced, and players are given the ability to control both a traditional mech and even a dragon. Serving as a prequel to the 2016 Doom and 2020 Doom Eternal, Doom: The Dark Ages transports players to a reimagined version of the Middle Ages. The story follows the Doom Slayer as he evolves from humanity's last hope into a powerful hero feared by demons. As a weapon of the gods and kings, the Doomslayer must fight against the demonic forces attacking the kingdom under his protection. Played from a first-person perspective, the game retains much of the core gameplay from its predecessors while adding fresh elements. Players will navigate through a variety of dark environments, battling hordes of demons. Alongside familiar enemies, new, never-before-seen creatures from the depths of hell make their debut. Additionally, the Doomslayer can command a massive walking mech known as the Atlan, whose metal fists crush enemies with ease. For even more destruction, players can also take flight on a dragon, bringing aerial combat into the mix. Assetto Corsa Evo is the highly anticipated sequel to the 2014 racing game developed by Kunos Simulazioni. As the third entry in the series, it pushes the boundaries of realism even further than its predecessors. Players can enjoy driving a wide variety of road and sports cars across iconic racing tracks. What sets the series apart is its commitment to accurate driving simulation using data directly sourced from real cars. However, for those less experienced, driving assists can be enabled. In Assetto Corsa Evo, the developers have aimed to elevate realism to a whole new level, not just in how the vehicles handle, but also in dynamic racetrack conditions such as weather and road surface temperatures. The game features a vast selection of licensed cars, including models from different eras and concept cars from top manufacturers like Alfa Romeo, Alpine, Hyundai, Lamborghini, and Porsche. Unlike Assetto Corsa Competizione, which used the Unreal Engine, Assetto Corsa Evo is built on Kunos Simulazioni's proprietary engine, the same one used for the original game. The game also supports virtual reality for an immersive driving experience. While official mod support has not yet been confirmed for Assetto Corsa Evo, it seems unlikely that it would be excluded, as modding played a key role in the lasting popularity and success of the original Assetto Corsa. Mafia: The Old Country is the fourth major entry in the renowned gangster action series that began in 2002. This game acts as a prequel, taking players to early 20th century Sicily. It was developed by Hangar 13, the same studio responsible for Mafia 3 and the remake of the original game released in September 2020. Unlike its predecessors, Mafia: The Old Country is powered by Unreal Engine 5 rather than the proprietary Illusion engine. The gameplay stays true to the series' roots, offering a gritty, narrative-driven action-adventure experience. As a prequel, it delves into the early days of organized crime. Hangar 13 draws from its experience with Mafia 3, known for its strong sense of time and place, to once again emphasize the authentic realism and rich storytelling that has defined the critically acclaimed Mafia series. Dark Moon is a strategy game with survival elements developed by the Polish studio Jujubee. Players control a mobile moon base and must find a way to return to Earth while avoiding the deadly sunlight. The game is set in a future where humanity, represented by the Moon Shell Company, has begun building a mining infrastructure on the moon. You take on the role of an engineer sent to oversee this operation. However, the situation turns dire when a coronal mass ejection causes sunlight to become destructive, obliterating everything in its path. After the communication relay with Earth is destroyed, those on the moon are left to fend for themselves and search for a way to escape. The gameplay is presented from a top-down perspective, and players manage a massive vehicle called the Mechaplex, which serves as a mobile command center. The Mechaplex houses your crew, facilitates research into new technologies, and serves as a hub for constructing new buildings and mining resources. Its mobility allows you to stay on the move, avoiding the dangerous sunlight. However, the lunar surface is riddled with hazards, so it's essential to use reconnaissance drones to scan new areas before entering. The people aboard the Mechaplex play a critical role in your mission. As the game progresses, you'll encounter other survivors who can join your crew. However, managing the team is not without its challenges. Crew members have needs like shelter and food, and interpersonal conflicts can arise, sometimes leading to betrayal or mutiny. These dynamics force players to make tough moral decisions, such as dismissing loyal crew members to bring in someone with more useful skills, or leaving survivors behind to avoid potential risks. Blight Survival is a cooperative action game with a medieval horror setting and combat reminiscent of Souls-like titles. Players find themselves in a war-torn region, fighting to survive amidst a plague of the undead and dangerous bandits. The game takes place in a world inspired by medieval times, where two nations are locked in a never-ending conflict. This war has ravaged both sides, leaving the borderlands a desolate no-man's land filled with deserters and criminals. On top of that, the bloodshed has given rise to a mysterious plague. The dead now rise as terrifying undead creatures, attacking anything living. Both nations, weakened by the ongoing war, are unable to combat this monstrous threat. Instead, they send small groups of brave individuals to track down the source of the plague and put an end to it, if they can survive encounters with both the undead and the violent gangs that roam the devastated frontier. In Blight Survival, players explore a vast map either alone or with up to 3 other people. But this is no simple journey. The game world is crawling with bandits and undead creatures, leading to intense, bloody battles viewed from a third-person perspective, evoking the challenging combat of Souls-like games. As players navigate the map, they will find loot left behind by previous adventurers. Blight Survival also features a roguelike mechanic. When a player dies, they lose all the items they've collected, including treasure, armor, and weapons. These items can be customized to suit individual preferences, making each playthrough unique. Little Nightmares 3 is the third entry in the horror platformer series, blending adventure and stealth elements. This game introduces 2 playable characters and offers both single-player and 2-player co-op modes. While the previous games were developed by Tarsier Studios, this installment is created by Supermassive Games, the studio behind titles like Until Dawn and The Quarry. The story follows 2 children, Lo and Alone, who are trapped in the eerie world of nowhere. Together, they must find a way to escape this haunted realm. Building on the foundations of its predecessors, Little Nightmares 3 continues as an adventure platformer. Players navigate various levels, avoiding obstacles, evading threats, and solving puzzles to progress. The protagonists are vulnerable and unable to confront enemies directly, relying on stealth to stay hidden and survive. The game can be played solo, where the second character is controlled by AI, or in co-op with another player. One of the standout features of Little Nightmares 3 is its visual design, with hauntingly imaginative environments that create an intense and atmospheric experience. Ashes of Creation is an MMORPG set in a fantasy world created by Intrepid Studios, a team of seasoned developers. The game takes players into a realm that suffered a cataclysmic event long ago, leaving only remnants of civilization. After years of abandonment, intelligent beings have begun to reclaim the land, unknowingly awakening an ancient threat. In Ashes of Creation, players can influence both the political and economic aspects of the game, shaping the world's story. The journey begins with character creation, offering a choice from 8 races, which belong to 4 species, each with 2 subspecies. This choice impacts not only appearance, but also the character's specialization, with unique bonuses to specific stats. Later in the game, players can choose a secondary class from 8 archetypes, enabling diverse combinations, such as a heavily armored knight with strong offensive magic, or a rogue proficient in healing spells. One of the game's key features is its dynamic and expansive world, which evolves based on player actions. Players can establish small settlements that grow into villages, towns, and eventually metropolises. This gives them control over land, allowing them to specialize in various roles, such as farming or blacksmithing. The game also features grand strongholds, which hundreds of players can battle over. Securing these castles is critical, as they provide control over more land and unlock special buildings within cities. inZOI is a life simulation game developed by Krafton, positioned as a strong competitor to the Sims series. The game allows players to create their own character and guide them through various aspects of daily life, including work, hobbies, relationships, and personal needs. One of the game's standout features is its exceptionally high-quality graphics. Players can experience the game from multiple perspectives. While the default view is from a bird's-eye angle, the camera can be zoomed in and adjusted for a more immersive experience at any time. The journey begins with character creation, where players can customize everything from gender and appearance to personality traits. After crafting the character, players choose a city to live in, with locations ranging from Asia to North America. The next step involves selecting a house or apartment to move into. Since most homes won't fully meet expectations at first, players will spend time furnishing and decorating their spaces. The game offers both pre-made furniture and the ability to assemble pieces from various elements. A unique feature allows players to generate custom textures based on input prompts, which can be applied to walls and floors. Additionally, the layout of rooms, windows, and doors can be modified, giving players even more control over their environment. Relationships play a key role in inZOI. Characters can form friendships, attend social events, or even develop rivalries, which can lead to conflicts. Players can also find love, start a family, and have children. While raising kids may come with its challenges, the game emphasizes that it doesn't mean giving up fun, but it does require dedication, including early mornings for parenting responsibilities. Honeycomb is a sandbox survival game centered around exploring the flora and fauna of an alien planet. In addition to scientific research, players must confront various dangers, build bases, and advance technology. The game is set in a future where Earth's ecological crisis has reached a critical point. In response, governments enlist the brightest young scientists, sending them on missions to alien worlds in search of solutions to save humanity's home. The player takes on the role of one of these scientists. Honeycomb is a first-person action-adventure game in an open-world environment that offers plenty of freedom. The gameplay emphasizes survival, with players tasked with studying alien life, gathering samples, and conducting experiments. Players have access to a lab where they can induce mutations, creating new resources, creatures, and plants. However, the alien planet is full of dangers. The local ecosystem can be deadly, and players must also deal with unknown diseases, requiring the development of new medicines. A key part of the game involves building and expanding bases in various locations across the planet. Players can also construct devices, including vehicles, and upgrade technologies. While the game offers a strong sandbox experience, there is also a narrative element. Hidden on the alien planet is a secret key that could unlock the knowledge needed to save Earth. Hollow Knight: Silksong is a 2D platformer developed by Team Cherry and serves as a sequel to the 2017 hit. The game features a vast world with a semi-open structure, a crafting system, and a dynamic combat system that focuses on agility and acrobatic maneuvers. In this game, players take on the role of Hornet, the princess of the insect kingdom of Hallownest. After being captured and taken to an unfamiliar realm, she must find her way to freedom and uncover the reason behind her capture. Her journey requires a pilgrimage to the highest peak of the land to accomplish her goals. In terms of gameplay, Hollow Knight: Silksong builds on the ideas of the original. It is a Metroidvania-style 2D platformer that emphasizes both combat and exploration. The maps are largely open, offering side quests in addition to the main storyline. Players must navigate environmental hazards, collect items, and solve puzzles along the way. Combat is also a key part of the experience, with over 150 new types of enemies to face. The combat system relies on Hornet's acrobatic abilities, offering a different set of moves and attacks compared to the first game's protagonist. Additionally, a crafting system allows players to create weapons and traps.